Hey, sweet queen. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome in. Hey, Miss Bevan. What's up, Malish? Hey, open book. Thank you. Hey, Gigi, Rakita. Hey, Angel. What kind of dog you got, Angel? Thank you, open book. Hey, Ranithia. Hey, Veronica, Tanisha. Y'all come on in and hit that like button for me. Hey, Veronica. I don't know if I spoke, but welcome in. Good evening, Latte. Hey, Makila. Hey, Rod. Can we talk, baby? Can we talk for a minute? You know how to get in, baby? You in there? Hey, Troop Slayer. Thank you. Hey, Nina. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Tap the like button, share the live, subscribe, all that good stuff. We about to get started. Come on, let's talk, baby. Hey, y'all. Hey, Ariane. I hope I say that right. Hey, Kimberly. How are y'all? I hope everybody is having a great evening. I'm actually, I don't know if y'all seen the thumbnail, but we are going to talk about if this situation with Romika Meeks and Holly could have been prevented by Carlos. So if you've seen the thumbnail, that's pretty much what we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk about it with a man, my husband. And we're just going to get his point of view. So I have some questions I'm going to be asking him throughout and probably just giving my input too. Um, Let me see something here. Okay. I'm about to take it off. I'm finna change the whole thing because is this better? Hey, Tyrese with the T. Hey, Brandy. I want to change this background, but I'm gonna just leave it. Um, and babe, I dropped the link for you. You have to catch it. So I think majority of everybody in here already know. I hope you turned up. Happy birthday again. Um, Everybody already know the situation that's been talked about. Hey, you change me. Hey, Dreamy. Um, I think y'all already know the situation that is being talked about everywhere. It's causing a whole lot of chaos, a whole lot of ruckus. Um, hey, but it's a hot topic. It's a serious topic. It's real life. Um, you know, and sometimes we just get caught up. So I was asking my husband some questions and I wanted to bring it to y'all from a man because I seen comments, saying he could have prevented this. And I seen comments saying he could have prevented this. And I don't know. I don't know if he could have stopped this. I'm gonna use that word. I seen comments saying that Carlos could have stopped this, but I'm not sure if Carlos could have stopped it, right? But we'll talk about that. Um, all right. Okay.
What's up, man?
All right. You want to speak to the people?
How y'all doing in the chat? Happy Monday. I'm not one for Mondays, but hey, we made it through.
All right. So let's begin. Um, I guess the first question is when you hear a story like this, two women in conflict over the same man ended in tragedy. What's your first honest reaction as a man?
As a man, tragedy is never something to play with, rejoice about, or anything like that. So, I mean, your heart goes out to the families, regardless of what type of tragedy it is. Uh, but then it stems you wanting to know more about what happened, so you have a better understanding of what's going on.
Okay. So definitely when you first hear about this, you want to, your heart goes out to the family. And then you want to get to what happened, why it happened.
Yeah, you want to know details. I think that's human nature, man or woman. You want to know details. What transpired for it to become a tragedy?
Okay. I could agree. I could agree. So do you think men underestimate how emotionally charged these situations can get between women they both been involved with?
I don't think that men underestimate it. I think that as you grow up and you go through different things, a man can't under or overestimate any situation, if that makes sense, because most men have been through their own trials or whatnot, their own situations and circumstances dealing with women, even if it is dealing with two women at the same time or whatever the case may be. I think as a boy, like a teenager, an adolescent, you may not understand the repercussions to your actions, but as a man, you kind of have an idea of what could take place.
Okay. Some men, because just because you're grown in age don't mean you're grown mentally, right?
True enough. So, I mean, what age doesn't mean maturity, and everybody matures at a different pace. So, if you're not quite there mature wise, then I don't even think you're thinking about how bad it can get. It's still not a matter of underestimating or overestimating the situation. You're not even thinking that far,
Because you caught up in the fun of it,
pretty much.
the excitement.
Yeah, however you want to describe it, I guess.
Okay, but you do agree that we seem to be women are more emotional than men, right?
Yeah, I can say that women are emotional creatures, um, and not taking shots at women. Men are logical thinkers. Like we're logical people. That's just how we're built. down to the atoms.
Okay. Okay. So Brandy says, does your husband think some men like seeing women fight over them?
I can't speak for other men. I I can't speak for another man. I don't know if there's a man that actually wants to watch two females fight over him.
Okay. Okay. I think that's logical.
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to say, trying to think of how you can look at it, it's like, all right, so the way you put it, the fun of it, a man who's just looking at it like I'm out here having fun, and you're not being honest with the people that you're having this fun with. In the
Hmm.
back of your mind, you know something's going to happen. Like you know, there's going to be some whether it turn into a fist fight. God forbid it turn into a tragedy like what happened to Ramika.
Okay.
Um, or it could even be something that when the situation comes to a head, it's dealt with in a very mature manner on all sides. So it really depends on the people involved.
So same question, just a little different. I think Brandy want to say, do you think some men get their rocks off? They feel like they're that guy when they.
Okay, so let's say this: a man is not going to get his rocks off on that.
Hmm. Hmm.
A boy, an
Okay.
adolescent, somebody who's not like emotionally mature or developed, somebody who's just out here still playing, maybe they do get their rocks off. But I ain't that guy, so I can't tell you that that's what it
So,
is.
so what you're saying is these two young ladies was dealing with a little boy.
Maturity wise, definitely.
Okay. All right. So, from your perspective, what usually fuels these kind of disputes, if you think about it, between women now? Is it jealousy? Do you feel like it's pride, manipulation, or do you feel like it drives deeper? Hey, Shawnee. Hey, everybody that came in. Hey, Rakita.
As far as the women go, I mean, I can't speak on a woman.
Okay.
I would
I, I,
if I was to give an opinion on it, I would think that jealousy would be the factor. But I can't say because I'm not a female. I can't say how a woman is gonna take that situation. You have different types of females out here. You got females out here to find out you got another girl going on. She just gonna go ahead and get her a side piece. She ain't even gonna care. Y'all gonna keep rocking like ain't nothing moved. You got some females out here that as soon as they find out, they're gonna start cutting shit.
okay, you telling our business. The question's over. I'm telling women's business. So, um, Tyrese with the T said, but Carlos was pillow talking. He was telling all of Romika's business to Holly. So how do you thank you so much, Terry? Hey Terry. So how do you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, okay, I know you can't speak for all men, right? But still in all, like, you have to know that pillow talking is not good. It's not gonna get you
No, I mean
nowhere.
if you pillow talking, if you having conversations you shouldn't be having, it's always gonna end bad.
Right. So no pillow talking, right? We shouldn't be doing that
Right.
because yeah, and I feel like because at the end of the day, shut up, you change me. I feel like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like w- you you tussling these women back and forth, right? You tossing them back and forth. You seeing this one, you talking to this one, and they go link. You know what I'm saying? Something's bound to happen, and then she knows your business, and she knows your business, and what do you expect to come out of that? Like, what does a person expect to come out of that?
I mean, you should only expect that it's gonna be something, whether it be a verbal or physical altercation, it's gonna be something.
Okay. That's what I think. And it should really be no surprise. So let's talk about some accountability and some responsibility. So in this scenario, do you believe the man had any responsibility to de-escalate the situation before it ever got to this point?
Definitely. Um,
Okay.
especially because you got children involved. You, you got children with two different females, and you got them at odds. That's never going to be good. Like, how do you move forward? Because at the end of the day, the plan is to become cohesive. There's going to be times where your child has to be with the female that you're with, and you want to be just like the mother's going to want to know that their child is safe. You want to be sure that your child is safe, taken care of, not treated no kind of way. So the the pillow talking really is what kills all of that from the jump.
Okay. So you feel like he did have a responsibility.
Definitely.
I agree. I feel like he did have a responsibility to de-escalate the situation because in this situation he did not do that. Instead of de-escalating, they can say he was de-escalating by getting trying to put her in the car by pushing the door on her back, and they can say that was, oh, he was trying to get her in the car. But that's not. I don't feel like that's true when you two people are already used to toxicity. Y'all are already used to fighting each other. So why don't I just think this is another one of our things where we're going back and forth?
I
So
mean,
instead of, wait a minute, babe. So instead of de-escalating, you actually escalated because you said she gonna go get her GUN. You That was not de-escalation.
yeah, I mean, and I'm not one that really I accept people's opinions, but if it don't make sense, I really don't care what you got to say. At the end of the day, from the jump,
Oh, it's going fast. Hold on.
he really could have and should have just made sure Holly didn't come nowhere near that whole situation. She didn't
The
have
whole
to be in, she didn't have to be in that space because if I'm sitting here and I'm talking to one and the other one is already off in the distance, why are you coming over here anyway? Get back in your car, go up the street, go to the crib, chill, and wait on her.
so
It
we
should
can
never get to a
agree
point where it's going to be an altercation.
So then I agree. So we can agree that basically, it should have been said. Well, number one, hey, just get the baby and go home. You know what I'm saying? Just go on. And but at the same time, I feel like she has to take accountability and responsibility too. When once you've seen these people over there fighting, I'm gonna just put myself in their shoes. I would have been like, y'all can have that shit. I see you on the flip side, right?
Definitely. I mean, just thinking about it, if she's oh so scared and she got this TPO and you got your seat, you're putting yourself in a position to be able to protect yourself. Yes, but if you're so
Okay.
scared of this girl, why would you even approach the situation?
Okay. I have to agree. I can't disagree because it is what it is. Like but I do feel like his responsibility was to de-escalate. So let's get back to that. He should have de-escalated the situation, but instead he chose to escalate it. So would you think that he was a person that actually enjoyed this type of energy?
I can't speak on that. I don't know if anybody. I don't know anybody who enjoys being in any vicinity of somebody getting ready to pull a gun. At the end of
But
the day, you can shoot me too. So
you
nah.
can. You can. But you know what I'm saying? If that's the case, you would have not saying she gonna go get it. You would have been saying, not when she would once somebody start yelling, I'm a pew pew you bitch, then I feel
So
like at that point, wait, babe, when she said I'm a pew pew you bitch, I feel like at that point he should have opened his mouth. It shouldn't have been she's going to get it. It should have been hollering to her saying, man, chill out.
okay, you're not wrong. I'm not gonna say that you're right by saying that he's escalating the situation, saying that she's gonna go get her gun either. Because that to me, if I was saying she's gonna go get a gun, I'm giving you a warning. Like, let's chill this out, get in your car, go, whatever, whatever, whatever. But for the same time, if you talking about going to get your gun and I'm over here with the other one, bro, what you getting the gun for? Get in the car and get the fuck on.
Cause I got her.
Right. It's like that would have been better. Like, I get that, yeah.
Hmm.
But I don't think that he was trying to escalate it by saying she's gonna go get the GUN.
Okay.
I feel like that was you making a verbal warning. Like,
Okay.
Maybe that was his way of trying to calm it down. Because you got to
Mhm.
play devil's advocate. Who is escalating the situation, saying that somebody's about to introduce a gun? GUN, excuse me, pew pew.
Okay. You learning the lingo. So, if you were
Hold on, I'm not Mr. Creature.
Hey Truth Slayer. Um, anyway, Mr. Payne.
Y'all could just saw
Um,
me raw.
if you were if you were that man and you knew the tension between the two women and you knew there was tension between the two women, what would you have done differently?
How did it? All right, so let's talk about how did this situation actually start? How did they get to where everybody was in the same space? And then I can answer that question.
Okay, so Romika was going, she had just dropped her son off at school. I believe she was running late. She was taking him um lunch. And then here's where I'm going to say I don't know. I don't know if she actually seen the female or if she's seen um her baby daddy,
Right.
right? But when she made a U-turn, which I have to insert this, um, they said on that street, most people do make U-turns to get on the E-way,
Hmm.
right? And so I don't know if she made that U-turn to get on the E-way because she was going to work, or I don't know if she when she made that I feel like she saw him in the midst of it, and she
All right.
stopped.
So we can look at it from different dynamics. If she saw him, she stopped. They get to going back and forth, and now Scary come pulling up, or Scary's jumping out the car. That's where
Yeah,
I should or Low should be on some shit like,
Shanta.
yo, get back in the car and just chill. Just either
Yeah.
get back in the car, go up the street, go to the McDonald's or something. Chill out. I got this. I call you when it's done. Like
So
that
even
that could be one thing. If it was the where Los and Scary was already sitting there and she pulled up. Now it's like, yo, what you doing over here? Send her in the crib and get her on her way.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this because I told you this already. I'm gonna be real. I don't agree with people saying she should have got in the car and rolled her windows up. Okay, I'm just not that girl. I'm not gonna agree with that. I feel like she should have got in her car or she should have walked to an establishment. She should have got her baby out of the car while they was over there. But I ain't getting in my car and rolling my windows up.
No, I
That's something
mean,
that I would never do.
not to just sit there. No, if you
Right.
just gonna sit there, that don't make sense because you still putting yourself in danger. You making yourself have less ways of getting out of a situation.
Yeah. So why do some men stay neutral or silent when conflict brews between women in their lives? And does that silence sometimes make things worse?
Well, I don't know. I mean, a man could probably stay silent just because shit he don't know what to say to calm the situation at the time, or you might feel like saying anything is just gonna make the situation worse.
Okay. Um, so do you feel like right now is the time for Carlos to be silent?
In that situation, definitely not. It definitely should have been, instead of him having his hands. All right, so I'm thinking as I'm talking, and I'm just like the way I want to get it out. It has to come out clean in my perspective, in my mind, the way I'm thinking. So thinking about what I know of the situation
Makes sense.
at the point where she came out with that gun. At the point of her saying anything about getting the gun, I'm just telling her like, yo, you need to chill out, get in the car, and just pull up the street, go to the crib, wait on me. If you still decide to grab the gun, now I'm standing in front of Romika like, well, shit, you gonna have to shoot me first. Like, put
So
that shit
you
down. What the fuck did you go and get a gun for? She ain't got no weapon on her.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Um, are you gonna protect her because y'all share a
Yeah, this is my
child.
child mother. Like,
Yeah, and I know for
and
sure
even if
you
we didn't have a child together, at the end of the day, why are you try? She got hands on her. You going to get a gun? Like, if you
okay.
that scared, just go. Get the fuck away from the
I don't
area.
okay, yes, I agree with all that, but I want to stick to the script for real because that's where we need to stay at right there. You would have put yourself in the front, right?
Yeah,
Because let's just be real. In this situation, she wouldn't have Pyong Pyong as her child's father. She wasn't going to do that. So you don't. That could have solved the situation. That could have prevented the situation right then.
definitely.
Okay. Um. So Honey Drip says, "What if they was right across from the school? I think Lo should have known not to park her right there."
No, but that's why we we who believe in justice for Romika and looking at the facts that are coming out to the story feel like it was a setup. Like, the
Okay.
more you start learning about it, the more you just pay attention. When you pay attention to what's really going on, what's really been said, what's really happening, the police reports, the witness statements, the was that the autopsy report, the coroner's report. Like, when you paying attention to it and you really dissecting it with discernment and logic, how do you feel like Scary was in any kind of self defense? Any kind of self defense mode. Like, you use the self defense, but Ramika ain't got no GSR on her.
Okay. All right. Um. So um. You changed me. Said, okay. Zach is saying protect the other women. That's grown man shit. Hmm. So Shami, go ahead,
I
baby.
let this be said. If y'all gonna squabble, it is what it is. I'm all for. I'll try to keep y'all from doing it, but if it's like y'all swinging around me, well, shit, go ahead and throw hands. It is at least y'all both gonna walk away from it. But once you start pulling knives, guns, and all types of other foreign objects, nah, we not doing that.
Um, twice chosen, two times, and then it jams. So yeah, but I think three shots was actually let off, and it jammed on number four. Believe that's what I believe that's what it is. Um, okay, so I'm still right here on this silent thing. So because I feel like right now, even him not being silent in that same situation, that day, let me say that day, I feel like he's still being silent today. Not only that, um, could you accept, could you allow someone to who you know, who she knows, that y'all both know her, could you allow somebody who say that he was close to her, he was close to him, come out and tarnish her name, or say, "Oh, I know this
Wow.
happened that day and this happened that day." Would you put a stop to it because you're being silent? And that's something that is really, hold on, that is something that is really bothering the family because regardless of anything, that's still your son's mom. So why aren't you
Exactly.
even shutting that noise up? Because you have all, you can do it because the person said you could do it.
So I guess this is where the discussion started. Are we dealing with a man or somebody with a boy's mindset? Because this is my child's mother at the
Hmm.
end of the day. If I have a baby with a woman and we don't work out, I still have to deal with this woman cordially and respectfully, because at the end of the day I have to teach my child, and let's say a son, because it's a son, I have to teach my child how to respect his mother and how to respect other women. So why would I let anybody else disrespect her just because I'm not with her? That don't make sense. I don't. If we that close, you shouldn't be tarnishing the name anyway.
Yeah, I agree. And even if, and like I just feel like if he didn't want to come and say nothing else about that day, he could definitely come and shut that down. And I know people are probably gonna be like, "Well, he can't make him shut up," but the boy already said he could make him shut up.
No,
So
so even all right. he can't make him shut up, but you can voice your opinion on what's being said.
Mhm. Yeah, just let your voice be heard.
Right.
Just let your voice be heard. Okay. Should men feel morally obligated to set boundaries and mediate when they're the common link in these conflicts?
Yeah. So there has to be a conversation in the beginning. Uh, there has to be a conversation in the beginning because there's going to be a point in time where we're all going to have to be in the same room. So there shouldn't be any disrespect between the two. Once y'all know about each other, what's going on, I'm not with you anymore. I'm with her. We both have children together. We have to find a common ground to be able to move forward for the children. Because at the end of the day, we have to show them the right way to go about dealing with things.
Yes, and I agree. I feel like first of all, sometimes you let things go too far.
That's a
Um,
fact.
you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you let things go too far. So setting those boundaries, especially when you share kids with them, right? With both of them.
Right.
But I even look at it like even if this wasn't a situation where these people share the child, just think of it. Even in look, men that's married have side chicks, right? I feel like if men was more upfront, you know what I'm saying, people would actually know their places. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like if men learn how to be more honest and more upfront, people will actually know their places. You see what I'm saying? Because it can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what it is. This is my situation. And if you find that person is not okay with that situation, then because in this situation, you can already tell that Holly would not have been okay with it being cordial because she thought it was unheard of for somebody to say, let me meet your new baby.
Yeah, that's crazy as hell.
You see what I'm saying? So I feel like upfront and honest because maybe if he would have like peeled some of the layers back, he would have found out that wasn't even the type of person that he wanted to be with.
I mean, when you think about it, it's like, um, it, in so many ways, he probably set the tone. Not even just with Holly being jealous, but the things that he's saying is the reason why she went so hard. At the end of the day, he could have tried to make it a cordial situation. That's all I'm saying. If you're not trying to make it a cordial situation, then you have for it to get to a tragedy like this, and we see how everything is playing out.
Okay.
My uh my thought process would tell me that you didn't do anything to try to make it a cordial situation. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. Got it. I got it. So Chosen says, thank you. You changed me. Those were the words I really should have used because that's what I was trying to say. So Chosen says, what's the baby daddy doing what RH had to do? Record everything. Because even though I haven't seen any videos of either women fighting anyone, how else would the people see the videos of Meek doing stuff? So that's that's probably one thing that bothers me the most. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like there's a lot of her doing anything to any other women. Women can say she did this to me, she did that to me, blah blah blah. She may have some restraining orders. We don't know if those was took out falsely. We still don't know right now if the numbers that was they were saying calling them was false numbers. Or they made her phone number because baby, you could do it. You could take that text now app and you could put any number in that text now app. I can make mine his right now. You know what I'm saying? So like we still don't know that, but I haven't seen her fighting any other women. Um, I seen her having a board in her hand after him, and I also feel like I feel like that day she pulled up on him, and that's it. Like I just feel like it was toxic baby mama, baby daddy. And when I see you, I'm hopping out this car. What's up? That type of stuff. So
I
I
mean,
haven't
even
seen
when
it.
you dissect the way that he had his hands on her, like, I don't. I I'm a firm believer that a woman should not put her hands on a man. That- If the man hit you first, okay, and that's a fuck nigga in my. book anyway. But I feel like you're gonna at least your first warning is that's a man. Your second
Mhm.
warning is don't put your hands on me. Now, if you hit him after that, you deserve anything that come with it. Because shit, what else I
Hey,
gotta
Fifi.
tell you? But for for if you're really trying to restrain her, you're not trying to
Mhm.
put her in a headlock. You might like bear hug her, wrap around her arm so she can't hit you. She might still pinch you or something, but you just holding her. Can't no harm come to her. Can't no harm come to you really. You're not gonna put her in no headlock, especially with somebody else that's trying to do something to her in the same vicinity.
Yes, I agree. Hey, Fifi. So Chosen says, I've heard there are videos of Meeks being shown in a bad light. I basically want to ask who is the original owner of the videos that people are talking about. I'm thinking if that's true, it's I'm sure the baby daddy. And I'm pretty sure it is the baby daddy, you know. But let me say, and it's just like that. Um, I I would never video. Um, people say that she's responding, but I can't go off of Holly is responding if I never seen or nobody can find Meek's original message. And her I would never. Or her,
But
you know what I'm saying? I can't say that. You know what I'm saying? I can only say what I see.
at the end of the day, those videos have nothing to do with the day in question.
I agree. I
What
agree.
do who gives a man? I was beating up everybody walking down the street growing up through middle school and part of high school. That's not the person I am today.
Nina, me too. So Nina says, I agree that if a woman don't want to be touched, my father always told me to keep my hands off that man. And true, and that's so true. And I said this so many times because y'all been here for a while and y'all know it was said that my husband put his hands on me, and that is not gonna happen, baby. And that don't happen. But
No.
the thing about it is I don't have to put my hands on him. Um and and he don't have to put his hands on me. So why would there be any of that? You get what I'm saying? So, but yeah, keep your hands to yourself. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Um all right, so let's go to this next one. I think that's kind of the same. So, do you hold on. You just answered this one, but I'll ask it just in, how important is communication and closure in co-parenting situations like this? And what role should men play in ensuring that that happens peacefully?
I mean, men are naturally the leaders, so a man can do everything he has to do, or should try to do everything he has to do to make the situation cordial, communicating, making sure everybody has the right understanding, everybody's on the same page, knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
It is a two-way street though, because just because the man is trying to do it doesn't mean that the woman is allowing him to make it cordial.
Yeah. But do you think like I agree, right? Because women we can be hell, right? We stubborn, we yeah, emotional. So, do you think like after some time that can happen though? Like where they
It
come
just depends.
together?
It just depends on the
You
situation. I mean, I have conversations with people to this day where I have conversations with people to this day where they try to make it to where it is a cordial situation, and you have a woman that just there's no
okay,
give. There's
you
no
do.
give. So, but I do believe that with the right maturity level on all sides, it can be a cordial situation.
Okay, I feel like I know that situation. So yeah, I yep. If you can try. That's all. I feel like that's all they can do. They can just try. If he spent holiday and vacation with her in spite of them being broke up, it says he cared about the baby boy. Even if I see him as a F nigga, I'm willing to give the baby daddy the benefit of the doubt. And me too, chosen, because I feel like I don't feel like I completely blame him. I feel like he could have did some things to prevent, but I don't feel like he's accountable. She's grown. She has to be accountable for her own actions. So I'm not gonna put that all on him. And I think that's fair.
He can only be accountable for the things that he should have tried to control.
Yes. All right. And Brittany says Carlos didn't care about Romika because he would have tried to stop it. And that's yeah. He could have told Holly to go home and I'll handle this. Yep. That's exactly what we spoke on, Britt. Creed's best because you guys respect one another. We respect one another boundaries. And yeah, we do for the most part. And that's because we argue too. We human. Um, Facts, Brittany. I'll even go one step further. Same way he didn't put his hands on Romika, he could have held Holly ass down with
That's a
the
fact.
GUN and gave Romika a chance to get away. Well, I won't say he could have held her down with the GUN because they wasn't that close, y'all. So let's not forget that.
Well,
So
maybe that statement is made in a situation of like once she made the statement of going to get the gun, his focus should have changed to Holly, ran down on her, and when she got in the car to get it, now you pushing the door closed. No, you gonna keep your ass in here because I can see that
I,
too.
I can see that, but at that time, how high is your her emotions? Is she gonna feel like you're protecting her too much and pew pew your ass?
Oh shit, it wouldn't be no different from me standing in front of her because you're gonna shoot me. You're gonna have to shoot me then too. It's the same thing.
Okay, you got that one. You got it. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. Meeks didn't have a weapon, and Gene,
That's
I
a fact.
wholeheartedly
That's
agree.
a fact.
I wholeheartedly agree. Um, and because listen, I have a past. I'm sure you probably have a past. We all have a past, right? Um, and all of ours are. It's not so great. So don't judge me off of that. Don't do it. Don't do that, please. And thank you. Um, the one thing that stood out to me is in the chaos, neither party seemed distraught. They didn't. And if I had to give a little bit of that to any one of them, it would be him. Because at least you seen him kind of like pacing, but oh girl was just like chilling. You know what I'm saying? So I agree, Rakita, like they were not distraught. And that's almost the mind of somebody that knew that day was destined, that was coming. Cause I don't know. And I gave Zach an example with the perfect neighbor. So I don't know if y'all seen it. I didn't reference it a couple of times now. That's the lady in Florida, I believe. Was she in Jacksonville? But anyway, she was in Florida. I watched the trial live too, and she pum AJ, her neighbor, through the door. But I will say when that they show like live footage of when the dad came and picked up the kids and they were divorced. So he was her ex-husband. And when they told him outside, he reacted. I'm not saying everybody have those type of reactions, but just no reaction, like nothing, it was weird to me. I'm sorry. And they wasn't together. So it doesn't mean, oh, he wasn't with her. Why would he? Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. No.
So what Chosen just said, I'll let you read it and then I'll respond to it.
Okay, she said, this is a case that makes one wish you can see and feel someone's soul. I'm not okay with him not making sure that the woman had a good rapport, especially if everyone had moved on. Go ahead, babes.
Right. So, like I said about the rapport, is like he has to do his due diligence to make sure everything is kosher. But you can see somebody's soul. The eyes are the windows to the soul. The time that you spend with a person tell you about that person, which is why Ramika got to the point where there was no contact. There was no you got my phone number. Well, she probably got their phone number. They gotta communicate for the baby, but he ain't know where she lived. She was doing her due diligence to get the fuck away when she figured out the type of nigga he was. Holly
Yeah.
and him was on the same page. So you can't look at them like not knowing what's what because shit, they was in it. They was in it for the nitty gritty. Like ain't no other way to put it.
3G, I agree with that one right there. I agree. But yes, so dang, I lost my train of thought because I wanted to add something to what you said. Damn, how did I forget? Oh, and so they say if she moved on, why did she stop? Y'all, she still shares a child with him.
Right.
Y'all, so this is why, I'm, you know, some things I just have to say we have to use common sense, right? We can't say, "Oh, she can go where she want to go. That's her baby daddy for Holly," and say, "Well, why did she stop?" We don't know if she's seen Holly. We don't know if she just seen him because they knew how each other looked, but they had really never met, right? So we don't know if she knew what Holly's car actually looks like. These are things we are all guessing. We don't know if she just saw him and she pulled over. But she has every right to still stop and talk to that man if she see him. So we can't say why did she stop because she still shares a child with him. He might have needed some more uniforms. He might have needed, you know what I'm saying? She might have needed to say who was going on a field trip this time and who wasn't. Y'all, we don't know. We don't know. So I don't feel like that's a question that can be asked on neither side if that's what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has the right to go where they want to go.
A person that asks that question, a person that asks that question is only looking to infuriate people that's looking for justice. One, still look for excuses as to why Ramika was on the live. You really have no leg to stand on because the great saying is common sense ain't all that common. But if we share a baby, I think everybody know like if I see you and we need to talk about my child, is we gonna have this conversation. It don't matter if it was at the ballpark, the school, the grocery store. If we in passing and I had something I need to talk to you about with my child, we finna have this conversation.
If we had something that I wanted to talk to you about, we finna have this conversation. Child or no child. I mean, about the child or not about the child because we have a child. You know what I'm saying? Like if I just wanted to get out and talk to you, it didn't have to be about the child. I could have been there. Especially if I just seen you. This is a good comment though. She said the hovering over as life left her without any emotions or remorse, his son will see how he allowed a so-called friend belittle his mother. Is she says broken. Yes. And that's why I asked about the silence. You know what I'm saying? How long do you stay silent and let him? I'm not and this is just for him. And the reason I focus this on this part on him on Q is because he was close to them. You know what I'm saying? Forget any content creator, forget all that. We don't, none of us know them, right? But Q knows them, right? And so I feel like if you can see he's out here saying in defense of your now girlfriend, and you, then you something inside of you should tell you to come out and say stop, stop. You know what I'm saying? And I just can't understand that. And especially after he said he not gonna stop talking until Los tell him to. That tells me a lot.
I don't know if I agree with you, Roz, because if you would have grabbed Holly after she was talking about getting the gun, I think Ramika would have tried to get the hell on. I don't know.
I think
I
Romika was trying to get the hell on.
yeah, I do know people who don't give a fuck about a gun. I'm one of them,
Roz
but
is one of them.
but I don't think that she was trying to. I don't think that because I don't think that she was trying to. If it was just a straight fade with the hands, yeah, we can make that happen. But I don't think that she was trying to be anywhere near there when the GUN got brought into play.
Roz said, I don't think he thought she was gonna pass away. Yeah. In a past relationship, I tabbed someone, almost unaliving them. I was shaking like a stripper, and I had two Newport logs in my mouth smoking them at the same damn time. Girl, I'm telling you because let's
Smoking
think about
Cadillac.
this, right? I already have anxiety, y'all, so I'm just tell y'all this. But let's think about this though, for real. Just standing there and not doing nothing, turning down. medical support, they're asking you if you need medical for you or your child. Girl, I would have needed all the medical in the world, especially if I just got this thing, you know what I'm saying, 6 months ago. This probably my first time really, this my first time doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been nutted up. They would have
Well,
had to take me to see somebody.
the craziest thing about it is a motherfucker really think it's easy to just stab or shoot somebody until you actually
Well,
do it.
stop saying them words.
Excuse me. To pew pew or poke somebody.
Yes, but no, it's not easy. And actually, tabbing is worse. Oof, it's worse. It's definitely not easy. That was so emotional for me. Exactly. We don't know why she stopped. See, we don't. If I looked in Holly's eyes when I watched the first few seconds of I Would Never, I said she was wicked. I can't judge her because I don't know anything about her. What pushed her to be what she is now? A killer. That's what she is, Chosen. I'm just gotta keep it real. That's what she is. Um, what pushed her was jealousy, fear of things changing after having a baby. Is he gonna go back? Just too much. Was y'all together last night? Those type of things. She has probably only seen Holly in makeup on social media. I would never think that that was the same. Oh my God, you are telling the
That's
truth.
crazy work.
Sh-
You just put something on there.
that is the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. Because look, I love makeup, but she looks totally different. Like totally different. Um, yeah, from that yeah, totally different. I can't stand my baby daddy, but I still speak when I unfortunately run into his numb ass. I be like, "What's good, nigga? Your son needs some shoes." Hey, that's cordial enough, okay? Um,
I mean, just think about it. Being cordial does numbers. And I'm speaking from the position of somebody who had to grow up watching their parents argue every time they was in the presence of each other, every time they was on the phone, yelling, screaming, cussing, fussing. That shit do something to you. So making it a situation where it's cordial, where y'all can be cohesive, co-parenting, and be cohesive co-parenting, even if there's another situation at hand, that would be a blessing to the child.
okay. Yep, it would. I agree. Mhm. How
I
do you
feel you on
think
that, chosen. I feel you on that because I treat you how you treat me, and I guarantee you, my wicked is gonna be a hell of a lot worse than yours.
she says I'm only wicked to the wicked. Chosen, you speaking his language, girl.
I'm trying to tell you.
I think that they planned out what they was going to do to Romika, and Holly baited Romika is so sad at the end of the day. Yes, Brittany, I'm sure you heard us talking about that on the other live yesterday. Did we go live yesterday or the day before?
Yes,
But
sir.
yes, I really do believe it was bait. I believe it was bait. Um, I break every time I see that precious baby. Y'all, and I do too. I feel like that's one of the saddest things for me. And just a little transparency, I didn't lose my mother by death, but I didn't have my mother. So that's like, and I'm a female, so I know it's tough. I feel like it's tougher for us. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to say that. I don't know because I'm not a man, but I feel like all women need their mother, right? And I can't say that because I feel like we need our dads too. But I do feel like it's a different type of thing with a girl and her mom. And I just feel like me not having it was very, very rough. And we didn't even have, and here's the thing, we didn't even share the relationship that it looks like from the photos that she shared with her child. So that's just, it tears me up. It tears me up because until you know how to live as a motherless child, that shit is hurtful.
I mean, and then, well, from a man's point of view,
Hey, that
the
girl.
a mother teaches a man how he's supposed to be loved by a woman. So I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
that it's any less or any more important for the man to have a mother, but it definitely is important.
it
It
is
definitely is
important.
important.
Holly made Holly's mad because Carlos still wanted Meeks. I could agree. I don't know them, but it was given. I tell you all the time, it was given she still came first and she didn't like it. She still got too much attention and she didn't like it. She was still too much in the picture. The Pum Pum was already loaded too, evidently. Shaking my head. Scared folks carrying is scary.
Wait a minute now.
Whew.
Let's really touch on that. Anybody? Yes, I do believe she was scary. Let's push that to the side for a second. The fact that the Pum Pum was loaded. If you go anywhere and you really have to work security, law enforcement, or anything else, even if you out here, you get your CCL, you got a lot of instructors or people that teach you that you go through the classes with that get you qualified. They're gonna tell you if you're not riding with one in the head, I don't know what you're riding with it for because you never know when you're gonna need to use it. So
Mhm.
I can't fault her for it being loaded. I can't fault her
Mhm.
if she had one in the head. I feel like that is something that it should be done. I got people in my family who are licensed carry and will tell me like my uncle, for instance, when I first moved to Atlanta, man, my uncle used to tell me he'd be like, look, if shit go down, it's right here. It's already one ready.
Nah, it's your
All you
cousin to
got,
me.
I mean, my cousin, yeah, but my
You
uncle,
know which cousin I'm talking
it don't even matter because any of my cousins that keep it, they keep it one in the
about?
head. All
Oh,
of my, it, anybody in my family is gonna be one in the head. They not gonna have to cock that motherfucker. They not gonna have to do nothing to it. All they gonna have to do is squeeze.
yeah. Heavy on the jealousy and fear, all kind of emotions that girl can go through. Yes. You changed me said my body naturally started vomiting when I seen someone get unalived and I see people pass all the time. Yeah, you do. You do. But yeah, I couldn't even I've never seen it. Oh, it's been a long time, a long, long time. I don't even remember it, thank God. Um, yeah, it sure would. That's why I'm cool with my baby daddy for the sake of my son. That's it. That's all that, when it comes to that, I feel like that's what matters the most.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
beautiful.
Like just being cool for the kids. However, Cree, my oldest son's dad was unalive with his new girlfriend after the day after my son's B-day. I don't know what escalated it. Oh, by her. I don't know what escalated it, but she was very jealous and I had moved on. I didn't bother them, call or nothing. Wow. Yeah, it's some real jealous souls out here. It is. For real. Uh, in a lot of situations, the girls be daddy's baby and the boys be mama's boys. Yes. That's true. That's why I kept on having to go like, but, because yeah, that's true. Did you see the pic of Carlos and Lil Los on his page? I was wondering if that's new or he's been able to see him. He has not. That is old. Um, she posted it on her page and said that's an old video. So that is definitely an old video. Brittany, yes, she threatened me and my son's life over the internet, and it was at that point I got a TPO and got the hell away and moved. I thought the
Oh
law,
man, I want to ask Brittany some questions.
what?
When
That's
they
Honey
when
Drip. The
oh
comment I
okay,
just read, that's Honey Drip.
that was Honey Drip.
There you go.
Oh okay. Honey Drip. When you got your TPO on that TPO, or when they talk to you about it, if somebody came and violated that TPO, did they tell you to call the police first, or did they tell you you had the right to shoot them? Excuse me.
And then okay, I want to know that. Oh, I want to know the answer to that, but I also want to know, did you antagonize those people?
That too, because
So we're gonna wait on the answer.
where
So
I'm from, if you antagonize somebody, that means that you're ready to throw hands.
Truth Slayer says, I thought the law. there was that you had to have the Pum Pum holster. It is.
It
And
is.
clip and glove box while driving. I could have heard wrong. You
Oh.
heard absolutely right. Thank
But okay, so granted, laws are different in different areas. So the law there may have said that, and I can't dispute that if that's the case. But in Atlanta,
Hold on
it
one
don't
second.
matter. It don't matter if you got it hosted in Atlanta. Atlanta's like the Wild Wild West. You can have it in your house. You can have it in your car. If you license, you can carry it, and it has to be holstered when you carry it. If you have the concealed license, you can hide it on your person. But they not telling you that you can't have no clip in here. Like there's plenty of times where somebody will run down on you at the gas station at a red light, and you trying to defend yourself. Now you got to worry about loading the gun, cocking it to put one in the head, and then pulling the trigger. By that time, they doing whatever they want to do to you. But again, you got to follow the laws in the different areas or the area that you're in, rather.
And you changed me. She's here. She's in Georgia. She said it can be loaded. Yeah, I think it could be loaded. A lot of homeowners have to have them. Okay, Nina. Nina trying to find her a church buddy. Not only that, they don't even call him Little Los anymore. They call him by his name. Ugh. Okay, so she said, here's the question to here's the answer, I mean. She said, they told me that I should call the police first, and if I have to defend myself and child, do so. No, I didn't antagonize. I left my son's father due to DV, but he told her if I ever took him back, he would come back to me. From that moment on, she began stalking me.
That's
Okay.
crazy work. But
Wow.
the main thing in that is what everybody else is trying to say. She had a TPO. She had the right to pew pew. No, you ain't got the right to pew pew. You ain't got the right to
You,
pew pew. You trying to go to jail, straight up.
mhm. Okay. Let me see. We almost done. So hold on, Gina. Get your grandma. Okay. Um, Chosen says, my son told me he glad I wasn't taken. My daughter had rage in her for years behind her dad. My son just dwells on how I could be gone, so he copes better. But you write about about sons closer to moms and daughters to dads. Yeah. So what lessons? Okay. Mm. How does ego, both male and female, play into situations like this?
I don't think the ego should be a part of it. Um, in a situation like this in particular, the man can't have an ego. You can't have an ego when it comes time that the two women that you involved with are about to get into any type of domestic dispute. It has to be about calming the situation, getting the situation to uh, a point where it's either a casual conversation or everybody's going their separate ways.
Okay. So, do you think that men realize how dangerous it is to keep both women emotionally tied to them?
Do I think that they realize it?
Do they realize how dangerous
I
it is
think
to
that
keep both women?
I think that an emotionally intelligent man realizes it. I think that somebody who is not emotionally intelligent or is not using discernment or logic is not even thinking about how emotions are heightened and how the situation can go bad and turn into a tragedy.
Hmm. So, just hypothetically, or just thinking, do you feel like um maybe he could have still been? I personally feel like he was leading Romika on. I believe like he was still playing both sides. I think. Do you think he could have been playing both sides?
Based off the situation, I don't think that he was leading Romika on. Just the fact that he don't even know where she lived.
Hmm.
Maybe he was trying to have his cake and eat it too. He's over here with Holly, but he's still trying to get a taste over there. Maybe that's what he was trying to do.
So I think maybe this is just my thoughts. I think maybe he was leading her on until that's probably what I feel like that made her say, "Yeah, I'm done. I don't got time."
I mean that
Hey, Miss E.
I'm not gonna dispute your opinion, but I think that maybe I don't think that it was him leading her on. I think she just got tired of the bullshit altogether.
All together. Cause we get sad, boss. Uh-huh. Instead of Carlos telling Romika Holly about to go get her GUN, he should have been telling Holly to get in the car and pull the fuck off. And I think that's what it boils down to. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if she didn't listen to anything, because it's almost like you're encouraging. I'm sorry. It's almost like you're encouraging. She's going to go get her. You're making it sound like to the other person, it's okay, especially if yeah, these men play mental games. We just got to keep it real here, especially just by saying that. To me, he made her feel like it was okay to do so. What do you think?
I, I'm like I said, I'm not gonna dispute your opinion. I told you already. I feel like me me in that situation, that would be me. It's a warning. Like, look, man, she trying to go get a gun, or she trying to go get a pum pum. You feel me? Like that should make you calm down a little bit. We can stop this
Okay,
wrestling, and I can go and try to get her up out of here.
okay. So in the context that you just used it, yes. But the way that you just said it, yes. I would have understood. Okay, oh fuck, they ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? She ain't playing.
Okay,
She's
so
serious.
so
But in
if
a
we're basing it
more
off content, we have to actually hear how he
period,
said it or see how he said it to be able to distinguish between the two.
I
So
agree.
it's always going to be an opinion based answer.
But if you said it like that, I believe it would have been, like okay. But if you saying it like, but if you telling me, oh, she finna go get her like that, then to me, saying it loud and clear like that is making that other person think, oh shit, he okay with it. I'm finna go get my shit.
But this is what I'm saying. It don't matter. It don't matter the choice of words that I'm using. The fact that I'm letting you know that she's about to go get a pum pum, I'm trying to give you a warning as
Warning.
to she's trying to escalate this to something that it don't need to be.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. You got to do this at least once a week, even if it's with a different CC husband that you feel comfortable with. I'm really enjoying this very laid back with nothing but respect for each other. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna try. We're working on some other stuff too, so we're definitely gonna try. And it'll be other people. It won't just be me and Zach. So yeah, yeah. Um, thank you, Nina. So I feel like that one has been answered. Um, Okay. So let's go here. If you could speak directly to men in a similar situation right now, what would you tell them to prevent another tragedy like this?
Just be open and honest from the gate. Like honesty is the key. If you feel like you want to deal with multiple women, then come out the gate with that. Don't lead a female on into thinking that it's just a me and you type situation. Tell them from the gate like I'm dating you, but I'm dating her, or I already have a situation over here, and I'm trying to make you another situation. However you want to word it, however you want to do it, just put it out there. You got to give a person the opportunity to either accept it or not want to deal with it.
Absolutely. I agree. I feel like they do need to be upfront. Men do need to be honest. And on the flip side, women too. But in this case, we're speaking on men. And I feel like they do. They need to be more upfront. Let's be honest. Um, you know, I feel like talking that him and Romika, I mean, him and Holly, they are partners, right? So I feel like talking to your partner and just letting them know where you stand with the other one. I feel like if that partner truly respects you, um,
and trust you.
you change me, retype it then. See if I answered that question in the chat. It's way up there.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna address your comment too, Tanya.
Tanya, he said she about to go to the pum pum, but holding her the fuck. Go ahead. You can go ahead.
So my understanding was they was already wrestling. And like I already said, I don't agree with how he was trying to restrain her, detain her, whatever you want to call it. Cause I'm not gonna put no female in no headlock. That to me that's too much like beating on a female. Um but
Yeah.
if they were already wrestling and it was said I'm about to pum pum you, and now I'm telling you, look, she about to go get her pum pum, we already tied up. So it ain't like I'm just trying to hold you there. If it was me in that situation.
So now I understand. I think somebody said this up top too, and I wasn't. But now I understand. Why could he not be holding the other one? Did you say that? You know what I'm saying? Like because
And I
see,
said that too.
we not.
He's
I think you said that because we not together. Go get your girlfriend. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying? Because I'm talking to you. So go get your woman, right? Yeah, I could
As soon as
definitely
she
see that.
pulled up, his focus should have went that way because you already know it's a situation.
Yeah. He definitely had enough influence over her to give her the impression it was a good moment. I agree. I do. I agree. A lot of this is because you better say it, is because of soul ties. A stranger can bam on your car and cuss you out and live, but I bet my hypothetical, yeah, niggas BM can't. I know that's right, and that's a fact. For real. For real,
Sometimes it's
strangers could
real.
say a lot of
Mhm.
stuff to you. You could do a lot of stuff, and that's you said it. You said it. I agree with that. That's something to think about, though, because you got me thinking. Like that's really true. What you said, you changed me, girl. Okay, so what do you think justice or accountability looks like in a case like this for the man, for the families, and for the children left behind?
The children's not gonna get no justice. Neither one of them. Um, if I don't know what I'm allowed to say or what I'm not allowed to say, but
Say it, babe.
I feel
Let me go
like
on mute real quick, cause go ahead, babe.
I feel like Holly need to be headed up that road sooner than later because you pum somebody who didn't have no lethal weapon to use against you at that point in time. As far as Los goes, if they have any type of cameras around there to show how the physical altercation between him and Meek started or happened, whatever the case may be, you probably need to take a charge too, and maybe be charged as an accessory based off of Meeks being unalive. But at the end of the day, there is no win in this situation because Meeks ain't here. So even all you're gonna do is make the family feel like at least they went up the road, but they can't see their loved one. They can't hold their loved one. They can't tell them they love them. They can't give them a kiss. They can't talk to them when they want to. Like who's really winning? I said this yesterday. It's like for you to be a person to unalive somebody, to want to unalive somebody, and that somebody has a child that is a sibling to your child. You not really a person. It's something wrong with you. How you look at your child and be like, I'm the one that took your sibling's parent away. How do you look at your
How
stepchild
do
and
you
be like,
explain it?
I'm the one that took your parent away? Like, let's be real out here. And people out here calling her a hero and all this other dumb shit.
How can
Y'all
how how can you
blow.
explain it? You
Y'all
can't
blow
explain
me.
it. Um, Taylor is done. Okay. Um, hey, I think that's all I have. All right, this is the last one. How do men start breaking the cycle of chaos that comes with emotional triangles?
Let's stop having emotional triangles. Shit. I mean, that's the main thing. Unless you just like you got polys out here, and you got people who are willing to be poly. So maybe you need to get into that environment or that set of people.
Hmm.
Can't think of the word that I'm trying to use. But outside of that, if you really somebody who's just out here and you, if most men just like peace, like it's so much that goes on in a man's head on a daily basis with what we have to deal with when we leave home. I'm one person that the one thing I want to do is make it back home every day. That's all I want to do. I want to come home to my wife. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I just want a peaceful situation. I want to be able to just exhale and woos out when I get to my crib. I don't want to have to deal with all of the extra bullshit that comes with trying to play games and everything else.
You done playing games?
I'm done if you done.
I personally do not feel Los will be here for long. Whew, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Absolutely true facts about that one. 100% about what he said about justice. I'm having that problem now. My son and his sister want to have a relationship, but at the same time, they don't get along because he knows what her mom did. And that's sad. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to just say this. I, it's going to, I
It's sad that
pray.
it didn't even got to the point where the kids are involved in the situation.
I
Like,
pray, I pray, I pray that they don't become, and especially for little Los, I pray that he don't become angry. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not good. You going through life angry is it's really not good. I did that. You know what I'm saying? Early on, like I fought all the time. Yeah, it's just not good. And I was angry. That's why. You know what I'm saying? And I just hope he don't become angry or have to grow up angry. I hope they find a way to like keep his spirits lifted, and his mama remembrance like brighter, good things. I
I
don't
think
know.
that's going to take prayer from everybody around him. That's going to take prayer from us on the outside looking in, and that's going to take prayer from him himself being able to deal with something like that. It's 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 tragic, but it's traumatic, and going through trauma like that, going through trauma in general is something that's tough to deal with for anybody, man, woman, child, it don't matter.
I
Like,
agree.
if you deal with, especially to the extent of this situation, that's something that I don't even know how old he is, but it don't even matter. He a baby.
Mhm.
He a baby. And he a baby that is never going to see, never going to touch, never going to have the, other than a spiritual presence, never gonna have the presence of his mother again. Like, anybody who is, yo, there's that shit, man. I
I
got a
know.
whole lot of choice words that I just really want to say that I don't want to say at the same time.
Okay,
Cause
don't
it's
say
just
it.
crazy. It's crazy.
Don't say it. Don't do it. Um, just say it to me, okay, when it's over. Some men need to know what's unhealthy for them. I agree. Mama Tina and her son has taken a big hit along with all her family members. It's true. This is really a sad situation. And in all honesty, Lil Los needs his dad, especially growing up in Chicago, and he do. I totally, totally agree with that. And that's going to be a hard ass situation. Y'all, we have to. like that's gonna be hard for her mama to even let her baby out of her sight. To even be that's just gonna be tough. And I wanna go back. Um
How do you even send your grandbaby to be with his dad, knowing that he with the woman that took his mother away? Even though I'm pretty sure she about to go up the road. If if the judicial system up there has any type of intelligence, she ain't gonna be on the streets for long.
Yeah, and I'm gonna touch on this. Chosen said they better keep that baby lifted before God's throne in counseling. Children are resilient, but I strongly advise in counseling, and I do too. I am a big old advocate for counseling. It took me a long time to do it, but when I did it, um, I loved it, and I like going. I need to start going back, to be honest, because it's just like a breath of fresh air. It's a moment where you could just be transparent, honest. Those people don't know you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it should start early. It should start in your core, especially when something this traumatic happens, because that's when we start developing everything right now, like in our core. And so they need to. I would recommend that like now, because I feel like personally, um, y'all know in our community that stuff is looked down on. Medication is looked down on. I mean, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, whatever is for you is for you, but at the same time, I feel like we make things that are good for us look bad. And it helps me a lot. It helps me a lot for real, because at one point I feel like I was not good. And not and I didn't know why. Well, he's gonna know why. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, he's gonna know why, because he's old enough to know his mama. He's old enough to know his mama. Looking at him with his head on that casket, that was the most heartbreaking shit I seen. For real. Mm-mm. But he's gonna need his father, Tyrese, with the T. I agree. And somehow, some way, they're gonna have to work that out. They're gonna have to make it happen. They're gonna have to make it happen. Tyrese, I'm quite sure he has other male figures in his life that can be great examples in his life, because Carlos has already got a bad track record. He does, Nina. But I'm gonna say this. He still needs his father. You know what
Man,
I'm saying? He's already lost his mother. So
that
he's
man
gonna
even
need
play.
some unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's parents' love is unconditional. You know what I'm saying? It should be anyway.
It should.
Um,
Yeah, right. Well, I say this, not to cut you off. You can find unconditional love outside of your parents. I'm a
you can.
example. I'm an example of that, and not even talking about family. Is older men that have made it a point to be a part of my life, to guide
Mhm.
me in certain ways, and women that have no blood ties at all, that have made a point to be a part of my life just to help me on my path. You know what I mean? And don't judge me for anything that I do. I'm gonna tell you exactly how they feel. Cuss me out, which happened a lot. I got cussed out a lot, but shit, it's coming from a place of love. So he'll find that village. He'll definitely
Yeah,
find that village. We just hope that the village comes to him at this point.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Nina, I'm pretty sure, and this is what I just said, Tyrese with the T. So yes, Nina, I'm pretty sure he do have other male examples around him, but there's nothing like having your dad. That's just my opinion, and
That's a
I
fact.
agree.
That's a fact.
Um, Speak to me says, speak, young man. Coming home is the best thing, no matter what situation. It is making it home. Okay, the situation is going to affect him in every way. He lost his mother, best friend that day. He is definitely going to need some counseling. Sweet Queen, absolutely. Um, Tyrese, I completely understand, but what if he have so much anger towards his father that he does not want a relationship with him when he really figure out what's going on and what happened? And that's why the counseling is necessary now, Nina. And for the life of me, I will hope and pray, because I don't care the situation. I hope and pray that right now any conversations about his dad is being had away from him. Okay? Because that should be something that he has to explain to him. You know
Hey,
what I'm saying? And I believe that and he should have the choice to decide. I don't feel like that's just it.
I feel like it's his father's job to make sure that he gets past that anger. You whatever you have to do, even if it means you gotta wait till he get older and put the gloves on him and let him get off for a minute. Whatever you gotta do, you gonna have to do so that y'all can get past it, get through it, because it's never going to completely go away. But
Mm-mm.
it's definitely Big Los job to make sure that he feel love every time he in the building.
I truly don't think no trauma goes away. I think you just learn how to deal with it.
Well, I'm just speaking on this in particular for
Mhm.
Lil Los. It's like because it's like the anger that he has towards his father because of the situation. The only person that can fix that is his father, and you're
Mhm.
never gonna completely be able to fix it. But you can. You're going. It's going to be every day, every minute, every second that you're trying to show your son that that's not who you are.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I myself definitely had a great mother figure in my life that was not my biological mother. I did too. Until I wanted to be bad. I was a real rebel, but I did. Um Absolutely, he should have that conversation, but he is gonna have to be completely
That's a
honest. Yes,
fact.
he is. And God, y'all, we could go on and on because he is gonna have to be honest, but I hope that the other people around don't feed other things. Oh no, that's not true. That's not true because that is damage. That is emotional damage right there.
Yeah, but that has to be a collective effort to help him get through it. You can't continue to bring up the past and expect him to move forward. So yes, counseling, and his father are going to be big factors in him getting through this and becoming a viable part of society. But also the village that's there, you can't you can't keep replaying the past. You can't keep putting it on instant replay for him and expect him to get through it.
You know how I
And-
am about that, so that
well,
I definitely agree.
and I'm saying that just because this is I'm speaking from personal experience. The way I was brought up, it was like I was always reminded of everything I did wrong. I was always told about this, that, and the third. And now, anytime there's any kind of uh, adversity, so to speak, that come into play growing up, now I'm replaying everything, and it don't do nothing but it just make my blood boil more and more and more. So if you have people that's trying to alleviate all of the ill that happened in your life and just trying to help you point out the beneficial factors, the greatness within you, speaking life into you, helping you, guiding you, that's what's going to get him past, or not even so much past, but that's what's going to help him through it as he goes through life, as he embarks on his journeys that he's going to embark on. If you're a young black man in America, the last thing that you need to do is be stuck in a rut of all of the negativity of the world that happened to you, let alone what's going on in the world, but all of the negativity that happened to you.
Yeah. So, I he will really need the counseling because he will hear so many different versions. I agree, and be able to pull all this social media chaos, poor babies, to deal with it all. He might even get angry at that man. This is what I wanted to say. Chosen. That's okay. I think he should be allowed to get angry at that man because I
That's a
feel
fact.
like if he's able to process all his feelings, whether it's anger, whether it's rage, he needs to let it out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's gonna get him to where he needs to be too. Because that's the thing. A lot of us hold things in, but he needs to be able, and counseling will help him be able to get rid of that anger as he goes. Yeah. Depends on the seeds that you plant. Hey, boo love. Absolutely. It depends on the seeds that you plant in the child's mind. So counseling is definitely needed at an early age. I agree. I think when Lil Los is old enough to understand, Big Los should have that conversation and take full accountability for the part that he played to help
That's a
both of their
fact.
healing process. Yes. Yes and yes. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. These were some great comments. Um I heard y'all said we need to do this like once a week. Zach has his own, well, Zach is starting his own very soon. Um, so maybe we'll do it on both. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this whole live, the conversation, the vibe was chill and I like it. Um, y'all can always tell me like what y'all want us to talk about, what y'all want to hear. That would be amazing. Um, but y'all heard it. This was basically a man's point of view of if this situation could have been prevented, how could it be prevented next time, how to take accountability and responsibility. You know, we got to do it. They got to do it and we got to do it. And I feel like really all the responsibility and all the accountability is not on that man. He played his part, but they did too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to end that right there. Babe, you got something to say?
I appreciate everybody that joined. I appreciate the comments and the questions and justice for Meeks.
Ooh, period. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna end it with some music, of course. Oh shit. Great life. Thank you, the Lord. My Lord, I can't imagine that child is going through. Good energy. Thank you so much, Chosen. Do that. Shh. Okay, speak to me. If you ever want me to share my story, I will. Only difference I wasn't the one. You can absolutely do it. We can absolutely do it. Um, here's my Instagram. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
I think that the one thing that these Holly supporters, so to speak,
We ain't
I,
talking about Holly supporters.
okay,
Nope.
I think that the one thing that some people are not paying attention to is the fact that you have a child that will never be able to see or speak to his mother again. His mother was taken away from him at such an early age. And with all of the things that you can look up statistics to, he's a young black man who lost his mother in a tragic way. But yet you have people out here calling the person that took her a hero. Whether you mean to say it or don't mean to say it. You calling this
Honey
lady
Drip,
a
this
hero.
is sorry, baby. Honey Drip, this is my Instagram right here. Okay. You can message me on there. Chosen said you have a spirit of meekness, love.
No.
Yeah, I play this song for a reason. Y'all should know why.
There's rice in that rice cooker.
The ice maker in here in the room needs some water.
It's a water bottle on my nightstand.
Okay. See y'all later.